Hi friends, strangers, internet. My name is Emily Hanhan. I love colorful makeup and colorful language. And today I'm here with my first impression review and demo of the Midas Cosmetics X Smokey Glow collection. And yes, this is a new wig. I hope y'all like it. Just thought I would state the obvious. So it's here, it's finally here. With everything that has been going on in the world, there was a lot of delays in the Smokey Glow collection. So I purchased the full PR box set that comes with this beautiful sparkling pink box. It has the gloss trio, the highlighter duo, and the eyeshadow palette inside. I received this today on Monday. I got it early in the morning, so I dove right in. So today I'm gonna do a first impression review. Now, I am very much in the camp of first impressions are not thorough reviews. So I felt a little weird calling this a review, but I do have some solid thoughts after the amount of times I've used it just in today. So we're gonna get a demo at the end of the video with this eye look, and I'm also gonna have some footage of two other face and eye looks that I did earlier today. I totally am inspired by Teresa is Dead, among other reviewers out there, to do this format of some clipped footage and then some more talky demo footage. I hope you like that. It's something new for me, but I really wanted to dig in and do a couple of different looks and try to put as much of this on my face within one day that I could do. I'm gonna go in order of the products that I was least excited about to most excited about. And so we're gonna start with the lip gloss trio. So you get 3 lip glosses, you get Never Dull, Hi Friends, and Sparkle On. I will say I have mixed feelings about the lip glosses. So I paired each one of these lip glosses with a different look that I did today. So Sparkle On was the first one I put on. It is a very, very glittery gloss that has the glitter has kind of a frosted effect on your lips, and it's a formula where you can feel the glitter in it. So it's not my favorite in that way. Even if I didn't feel the glitter so much in this formula, I'm not sure if this would be the kind of gloss that I would really reach for on a regular basis. Everything in this video, even if I say something is not my favorite, I'm still gonna give it a try beyond just today. So it's not like I'm just oh, I'm gonna give this away or put it in the trash. It's just my first impression is that it's not my favorite formula or color for Never Dull. For Hi Friends, this is a gorgeous color, but this is a challenging formula. So it's a cream gloss, so there's no shine in it, but it's extremely, extremely pigmented. And it is one of those glosses that as it goes on, it's kind of you can see a separation of pigment. You'll see a more intense part of the gloss go on and a less intense, and you have to kind of even it out yourself. So I'm intrigued. I'm excited to play with this more, but I'm also kind of scared of it. But Never Dull. So Never Dull is what I have on my lips right now. And I'm actually going to apply more on because it's just so pretty. Never Dull. Perfect. This gloss is just a delight. So it has that sheerness, but it has a little bit of a little bit of color to it. It has some shimmer in it, but it's not chunky. I don't feel it. I don't have them to compare, but off the top of my head, what I might compare it close to would be the original Fenty gloss. Again, I don't have the Fenty gloss with me to compare them, but it reminds me of that. It feels really nice and cushy on the lips. I feel like it's a color that would work on anybody, and I feel like you could layer it over lipsticks. It's very, very nice. Never Dull is a can't miss really nice gloss, but the full set I'm less enchanted by as a whole because of all the things I described. I wanted to quickly say, I meant to say this at the beginning of the video, This is probably the first time doing like a really honest, critical first impression review has like challenged me in some way. And I felt like it might, because Hannah is somebody that I really enjoy watching. I've like interacted with her through the half cousins, like being a mutual guest, watching them and, you know, doing lives. I've modded on her channel for her chats. Like, I feel like we're kind of friends, like we're friendly. And so yes, like there's gonna be anybody that's like, oh, I can review with no inherent bias, I think is a liar. So yes, I know that my brain is like balancing being biased to like really loving Hannah and wanting to love this collection as a whole, and also being the fully critical bitter bitch that I am. So anyway, so that's where I'm at. I'm trying to be as like honest as I truly feel, even though in my heart I'm like, oh, but it's hard. It's hard. So now, the highlighter. I love the size and scale of this highlighter duo. One, I love the glittery pink packaging because it's a laminated glitter. It's not a flaky, gritty glitter. These are the two colors. So we have Slay, which is the pink tone one, and Yas, which is the gold tone one. I have Slay on today, and I'll be using it in the demo later. I've also worn Yas in my dark brown eye look, and I mixed the two colors in the more coral tone look that I did. So my first impression with these highlighters is that they are more pigmented than I was expecting. Meaning for Uncooked Chicken over here, they're just a little bit, they have a little bit more color to them than I thought they would have, perhaps based on the images and the videos, or that I made it out in my head. I'm actually going to do a couple of comparisons just so you can see. But, you know, Yas is definitely, you can barely even see it. There it goes. Yas is quite gold, and Slay is more of a pink tone. And for me, when I really build it up to get the glow that I want, there's an obvious blushy pink tone. I don't hate that, but it is there. Teresa actually said this in her review. She feels like when she's wearing these highlighters with bronzer, with blush, that like it's good for her, but without like those cheek products, you can really see the highlighters, and I would agree with that. A couple of like little comments on kind of formula and application. My thoughts on the pink one is that mine got hard pan. I went straight in with my clean, but I call them grubby, my grubby little fingers when I got the highlighter. And for certain formulas, that will create, like, the oils in your hands can sometimes make powder seal up. So that happened with the pink one. But it's actually funny because I remember Hannah saying in her video that she was trying to formulate the pink highlighter, or maybe both highlighters, to be similar to the Natasha Denona formula, the Super Glow. And my Natasha Denona one does the same kind of seal over hard pan thing. So when that happened today, I was like, well, I mean, she was trying to recreate that formula, and that formula does that, at least for me. Oh, so I just did some tape on the top of the pans to take off the hard pan. I don't mind doing that, but I know some people get freaked out. There's always enough product in there that I'm not like worried about the loss of product. Now, in terms of application, the nice thing about these highlighters is that they are buildable. In my opinion, with a dry brush, it's a very soft or subtle highlight, in my opinion. But if you do the whole put setting spray on, or put like any kind of moisturizing face mist on, and then go in with the highlighter, that's when I really get the glow that I want. I'm fine to do that. And I think, you know, on the days that I want something more subtle, then I have something I can use. So I don't hate on that. For me, like, I love my, like, you know, super blinding Ofra, but not everybody wants that. So I wanted to quickly show you what I mean about color, and it might be really hard to see, but up here, so I have two swatches that are in the gold family. So the top one is Yas, and then this one is Amrezy. I think you can see how like the Yas, the gold is showing more, whereas Amrezy, I get that reflection that makes it look more like a highlighter on me. So that's what I mean about those. And then down here, I hope you can see, there's the pink one from Hannah, and then we have, this is Natasha Denona, this is Becca Berlin Girl Glow, and this is Ofra Pillow Talk. So Hannah's is definitely more like, has some real pink in there, whereas like Natasha is paler, but also almost more champagne. Becca is definitely more like pink beige or like pink mauve. And then you can see, at least on me, Ofra Pillow Talk is like the iciest, lightest, but still pink highlighter. So for me, would I have preferred to have a highlighter that was like a shade or two lighter for each color? Yes, but I'll live with these. And I think this is such a lovely little selection. Great size, still cute. So that's the highlighter. Now, the Smokey Glow eyeshadow palette. So first up, the one thing that slightly skews this palette, like just a teeny tiny bit, is that Lino came to me broken up. So it hadn't traveled all over, so I had all the shadow, so I just pressed it back into the pan dry. I might go back in and repress it just because of how it behaves, but we'll see. But that's like that was my first introduction, was that it was broken, which was a little sad. So this is an 18 pan palette. I have used 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Wow. Within the 3 eye looks that I've done today, I've used all but 2 colors. The only 2 colors I have not used are Rose and Instagram Model. So I've dipped my brush into the rest of the palette, and I'm generally very happy with this palette. My thoughts on the shimmers. So I really like that there are different formulas of shimmers within this palette. One's like Lino and Nutty, the 2 purpley ones. Those 2 are a more flaky texture, and they remind me of like the texture formula of like my favorite Divina shadows. Lino is extra flaky and loose, so I don't know if that's the standard or if it's just because mine came broken, but I would say for Lino, you definitely want to use it on a glitter glue, or you can wet your brush. For me, I always use glitter glue because it just lasts longer, but I think you definitely need it, especially for Lino. Even if you're going to use it more as like a topper, because you could tap it over other shades, I still think you want something tacky down for it to stick to. Nutty, which is what I have on my inner corners today, is, it's so good. It's nutty. It reminds me, the color specifically reminds me of some of my favorite indie single shadows. It's truly, good job, Midas and Hannah. Such a pretty shade. Then there are other shimmers that are like shiny shimmery, but like one step down. I would say that level is like the color Arant, which is the gold, Hello, which is the bright pink, Dofa, which is this ridiculously cool brown red duochrome. Okay, so yeah, those 3, Hello, Arant, and Dofa, are like next level intensity. They're all beautiful. I have Hello on my eyes today as well. I used Dofa and Arant in one of the looks I'm showing you together. I am not like a deep dark smoky eye person, but Dofa, oh, I don't even think my camera picked up just how pretty it is. Like it's a beautiful color. And the next kind of level of shimmers are all, from my quick experience, they're pretty, but they seem like a thinner formula that's less intense. So Friends, Group Chat, and Instagram Model, they all just seem thinner, and like either that it's harder to pick up or that it's just a less intense formula. I used Friends on my lid in one of the looks, and I did think with glitter glue it was able to have a lot more pop than I expected. Group Chat almost reminds me of the pink highlighter. It feels like it might have a little hard pan on it because it's not picking up a lot of product. So I may do the tape trick on that and see if that's any better. I used that on my lower lash line today on top of glitter glue, and it was pretty, but I need to play with it more. Instagram model I haven't used, but it doesn't really inspire me. It's a rose gold when you swatch it compared to in the pan. So I will give it that. It's prettier than I thought it was, but I don't know if it's really a color that I'm going to be reaching for. So my thoughts on mattes. These mattes are hella pigmented, but that's also why you have to be careful. So I feel like you don't want to just plop down the color and then try to blend it out. You really want to place it and blend. I guess it's that whole pack and blend thing, but you don't necessarily have to pack it. So for today with this pink look, I was using a big fluffy brush to really do most of that blend out. And I just kept like lightly tapping into the powder, placing it, blending, and keep going that way. So it took a tiny bit longer than maybe it would have taken with other less pigmented shadows, but now that I know how they work, they don't seem like they're that challenging to work with. I think the super deep colors you need to be careful with. I think that's where you can get some patchiness and some issues. Like I would say Half Pony, Amazing, and Content, and Warrior. Warrior is so pigmented. And probably Rose. I didn't use that. Oh, I should have used Rose. Wow. So these mattes are fucking pigmented. They are. I would just say be really light-handed. And again, don't think you can put something down and then just keep blending and moving it around, because that's how you're going to get like patchy, blotchy eyeshadow. I do think they blend out nicely. I think they blend together well. I did have some issues sometimes layering mattes over shimmers or shimmers over mattes. So a lot of times with shadows, you can get a new color by just layering the like a shimmer and a matte. So with doing like this look, I have lino over like the second half of my lid, and then to make kind of like a deeper shimmer for the very outer corner, I tapped just a little bit of Content on top. That worked, but I had some issues with like when I used Friends and Jump Cut, or it was Friends and Warrior, like they didn't necessarily layer perfectly. Again, these are all first impressions. For all of the 16 eyeshadows that I've used, I only really used them on one eye. So I've only really dipped into each one once or twice, kind of at most. In terms of color story, based on what I saw online versus what I got in person, I quite like it. I wasn't like staring at pictures of the palette from when I ordered it, which was Valentine's Day, to now. So like, I can't say, oh, it matched in my memory exactly the same. I think it's nice because you have a fair amount of neutrals, you have some kind of smoky looks, you have like these warm, corally, reddy tones, you have like pink, like Barbie pink colors, you have the purples. You know, I love the amount of color. If it was my palette, would I have had a rose gold, a gold, and 3 browns? No, but it wasn't my palette, it's Hannah's palette. This is a pretty colorful palette for Hannah. So that's basically it for the kind of first impression review part of the video. So if you would like to see how I did this look, I will have the demo pop up right now. Otherwise, if you're signing off here, thank you so much for watching. But let's get into the makeup. I did some looks for the video that I'm not going to have any talking in, but I'm kind of feeling a little chatty, so I'm going to talk through this part, and we'll see if I keep all the talking in or not. Editing me might change things up. And yes, this is a new wig. I feel one part Disney princess, one part hippie in the way I put it to the side. So these are the highlighters, and today I'm going to be wearing the pink one. I was watching Hannah Louise Poston. She was doing a video playing with the Samantha March and Ofra collection, and she mentioned putting her highlighter down first before any colored products as almost like as a glowy base. And I thought that was really smart because since I've been doing more with blush placement, I feel like having highlighter above the blush doesn't always look as nice. Spraying the face makes that much more intense and more pink, which may or may not be everyone's cup of tea. I just threw on the lip gloss, never dull. I'm going right in with Colleague, which is super, super bright matte pink. After a long time of just blending out, I call it low and slow blending. That's what we were doing. Have a nice blown out Colleague. Going in with Content, which is the more purpley tone. Official, my outer corner is not taking any shadow. That's not the palette's fault. That's my eyeball. Going in with Hello over glitter glue. Lino is going out here. Taking more Hello in here. I think I'm gonna bring Lino in halfway. Dabbing just a little bit of Content on that outer corner. Going in with Nutty on that inner, like, corner U, so I call it. Nutty is nutty. Having a little bit of group chat on that lower lash line. When I tell you my outer corner won't take anything, it barely took eye pencil just to make it not look completely bald. That's annoying. I'm gonna go in with a pop of Mint, which I feel like will kind of tie in with the inner corner. That's so spring to me. I'm going to finish up the other eye off camera and be back to finish up the video. So that is the finished look using the pinky purpley tones in the Smokey Glow X Midas Cosmetics palette. I don't know why that's such a mouthful. And that is my full first impression, thoughts, reviews, and demo. If you liked this format of video in terms of the extra looks and the thoughts and the demo and all of it all smashed together, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts and feedback. If you have this palette and you are looking for more inspiration, for more looks, get ready with me tutorials, you can also let me know that in the comments. Or if you're looking to pick up this palette or the highlighter or the glosses when they do a restock, I can continue to include it in videos. I'm sure I will anyway, but if you specifically want to see more, just let me know. I would love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video and you would like to follow along with my colorful shenanigans, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. I also have a Patreon that is just another little place to support my creative beauty and food endeavors. I so appreciate all my patrons, especially those that are hanging around during this really, really tough time in the world. If you're watching and you would like to be a patron, I would love to have you over there. I appreciate everybody so much. Thank you so much for spending a bit of your day with me. I hope to see you again real soon. Bye, friends.